introduce a very special friend of mine and special guest, Heather Jones. She is a confidence coach for moms. Heather, it is so great to have you here. I appreciate your time today. Tell me, how are you doing?
Well, thank you, first of all, and I'm good. I'm doing really good. Kids are home from school, and we had a little crash earlier, which did not turn out to be any major event that I had to attend to, and now it's quiet, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
Not always, but in this case, I think it is, so I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I know that working from home, being a mom and being a business owner is stressful sometimes, and that sometimes you have to kind of work things that are not technically in your schedule for that day. So sometimes we just got to be able to handle whatever's thrown at us. Isn't that right?
Totally. I had, so diving right in here, I was in the Army a lifetime ago, and I had a boss, and I don't know if anybody can relate to Army life. It's constantly changing or a whole lot of waiting. Either way, you never really know what to expect. And his favorite thing to say to us was be Gumby. So remain flexible. And I love it.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
might have stolen it. It's a good one.
That's awesome. Yeah. And that explains mom life to the T, right? So like just whatever's thrown at us, we have to be able to handle and maneuver and reschedule the plans and be able to like handle all the things, right? And kind of going along with just being a mom and being a business owner, you know, the topic of today is how to address your inner critic. And I love that we were having this conversation the other week about kind of what led to this training, and this topic is the struggle that we have, not just as moms and not just as business owners, but just all together, telling ourselves that we're not good enough, telling ourselves that, you know, we can't do this. This is not possible for us. We're not good enough, or I'm a bad mom because I'm not doing X, Y, Z, and always putting ourselves down, right? And you and I were kind of like talking about the struggles that we face, and we were talking about some of the past clients that you've helped. And so I kind of want to hear from you what your expertise is when it comes to helping moms and helping mom business owners with their confidence level. What have you seen in the past with your clients, and how have you helped them?
Yeah. So, all right. So building confidence, let's take a mini step here. First, I wanted to differentiate between self-esteem and confidence, because they do get used interchangeably so often. So I just wanted to clarify that while self-esteem is a piece, potentially, of building your confidence, it's not the same thing. There's a lot of things that go into building confidence. So self-esteem is one of those things. Self-care is another. Setting goals, but not just setting them, but actually taking the action. So it has a lot to do with action. Building confidence. You can't just learn. You can't just absorb information. You have to take the action. And that is where the confidence starts to build. You don't get the confidence and then take the action. You got to do it scared. And that's what
something you have to work on, right?
Yeah. But one of those big pieces really is the self-esteem. And that has a lot to do with the inner critic that you were mentioning, the way that we talk to ourselves, the things that we say to ourselves in our head, but also sometimes we don't even realize we've said things out loud, because like, it's just a habit. We say these things. I might go, God, I'm so stupid. I can't believe I just did that. That seems like, oh, okay, what's the big deal? Like, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. When you're saying those things repeatedly, something deep inside you believes that thing, and it becomes a part of your story. So it's important to nip those things in the butt. So that's what we do.
Yeah. Why do you think we find it so easy to put ourselves down?
Oh, gosh.
I know that's probably a loaded question. I mean,
it is.
I feel like part of it is just because like we hold ourselves to a higher standard for some reason. It's just part of that mom brain, the female brain, really. I think women have always held themselves at like a higher standard and said, okay, well, this is where I need to be. And for some reason, we make it that much tougher to get there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that I think that that's definitely a piece that we hold ourselves to a certain standard, that we think others hold us to a standard, or that we allow others to hold it. When I say others, like society,
Right. Yeah.
And this is not like a bash on society,
Yeah.
but there's standards that are set and we feel like we have to rise to them and we stress ourselves out to rise to them. There's also childhood plays a huge part in it. Where does that inner critic voice come from? It may be something that we heard as a kid. Maybe our parents said something to us repeatedly or around us, not necessarily directly to us, or a family member, a neighbor, a teacher. All of these things, we hear them as kids, and your kids absorb everything. And those are the people we're looking to for leadership. And those are the people we trust to learn from. And if they're saying things that aren't necessarily helpful and we absorb them, we carry them into adulthood. And they never become helpful unless we decide to attend to them and really understand what's underneath them and then grow from them. But
yeah.
yeah.
And I think being a business owner too makes it even more of a challenge, because we're like left to ourselves, to our own mind, which is a dangerous place, because we just feel like we're looking to other people for success, or we're comparing ourselves to other business owners, or basically we just throw out all the reasons that we can't or won't be any good at what we're doing. And, I think one of the things that's really important about what you do is helping us manage or address that inner voice, to instead say, I can do this, I am good enough, and to change that language to be a positive language instead. So I know that you and I had talked previously about some of the work that you do with your clients. And I think you had mentioned there might be like an exercise or something that you really enjoy doing. And I know that was one of the things we wanted to talk about today. So I'm going to kind of hand off the speaking torch to you for a few minutes and kind of let you take the wheel and talk about that exercise and how that works. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Okay, so before I dig into the exercise, and we're actually going to run the exercise here, I wanted to build a little bit more of a foundation around the importance of it. So because I'm 40 years old. So if we made the assumption that because I've been carrying something, say again?
I said, you don't look a day over 30.
Say again? No, I'm kidding. I just wanted to keep hearing it.
I know, right?
Thank you for that. But if we've been carrying something for a lifetime, we might be of the mindset that, like a fixed mindset, I'll call it, that it's just the way things are. Like, how many times have you heard somebody say, it is what it is, or that's just how it is? I hate that saying, by the way. It is what it is. But anyways, because it's not, it doesn't have to be. If you decide it is, right? Yeah, if you decide it is, it is. But what if you decide it's not? So that's what we get to do with our mindset and with that inner critic. We don't have to, once we become aware, right? That's the first step. And so anybody who watches this, you are now aware that this is a thing that's happening and that it's a thing that can be changed. So that awareness is the very first step. And now you've taken it. And now what do you do with that? That's the second step. So there's zillions of things that we can do with this, but I'm going to share one exercise today because it's my favorite and I think it's incredibly powerful. So what I would offer anybody who comes to listen to this is to grab a piece of paper and a pencil and maybe pause this right now if you're watching it on the replay. And what you're going to want to do is listen to it and then afterwards be able to jot everything down that you come up with.
I'm about to walk through this exercise with you, by the way.
I love it. Do it. Love it. Now, this is a visualization, but it engages a couple of senses. And so for anybody who struggles with visualizations, you may need to go through this a couple times before you're able to really feel into it and relax enough and get comfortable to really have anything come to mind. But if you stick with it, it's super powerful. And this can be used for like any emotion that comes up. It doesn't just have to be inner critic, but we'll rock with the inner critic today. So ready?
Go for it.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I would do is invite you to close your eyes and just take a big, beautiful, deep belly breath. Just kind of settle into the moment and let the excitement of everything going on around you or everything that has been going on up to this point just fade away for the moment. and just tune into my voice. And now we're going to do something a little tough here, but I promise it's worth it. We're going to call that inner critic voice to mind. And if you're able to, just allow it for a moment to do what it does, which is to kind of get mean. But I really want you to hear that voice, things that it says to you. Now I'm going to ask you to characterize this inner critic. We're going to give it traits, and I'm going to tell you why, but just rock with me here. The very first thing I'm going to ask is, what does this inner critic sound like? Is it a human voice? Is it your voice? Maybe a parent's voice? Just call it to mind. Is that voice loud or quiet? Angry? Accusatory? What is your inner critic's form? It could be the form of a person. It might be you, facing you. It might be a shape, or it might be more obscure. For some people, they visualize kind of like static. It might be a form that's kind of blurry around the edges. So just feel into that for a moment. What is the size of this inner critic? Is it huge, looming above you? Is it kind of about the same size as you? Could potentially be smaller. What is the color? And it might be more than one color. Might be grayscale. It's going to be a little different for everybody. What does that look like for you? And now, how does this inner critic move? Or does it? If it does move, is it fast, slow, erratic? Does it spiral, move in circles, up and down, back and forth? How does yours move? Is there a scent associated with your inner critic? What's the temperature around you or around the critic when it comes to you? Is it cold? Does it create heat? And lastly, does your inner critic have a name? Or if it doesn't come to mind immediately, do you want to feel into it? Decide what feels like an appropriate name for that critic. And you can just call it critic. You can call it whatever feels appropriate for you. And now with this visualization in mind, and with that inner critic going at you, having the time of its life, putting you down, I'm going to ask you to take a big, deep breath. Put your shoulders back. Get as upright as you can. Face that inner critic. And how do you want to attend to it? Do you want to say something to it? And if so, in your head, do that. Do you want to get physical with it? And I don't mean fight it, because I want you to keep in mind this inner critic is you. So we don't want to bash it. We don't want to be horrible to it. We want to attend to it so that we can heal it. If it's going wild, do you want to slow it down? If it's huge, do you want to compress it until it's small and it feels more manageable? How do you want to face that inner critic from your most confident place? And now this can continue on. How does your inner critic respond? Do you still need to do more to attend to it, to get it under control in this moment? What more do you need to do with it? Yeah. Now we can go ahead and come on out of this. Take a big, deep breath. Let your eyes flutter open. I see Heather's already done that, but if you're following along, allow your eyes to flutter open. Become aware of the space and time again. Okay. Now, anything that came up in this moment, go ahead and jot that down so that you can go back over it. You can build off of it. If anything was unresolved, you can come back to it. And then you can revisit this as much as possible in the coming days to make this more of a habit. When this critic starts yapping in your ear, when it starts getting mean, when it starts getting nasty with you, you can visualize this critic and then you can face it and you can do what you need to do with it. You can talk to it. You can tell it that what it's saying to you is not acceptable in your own words, however that feels. You can, like I said, slow it down, make it smaller, whatever it is that you need to do to it to make it more manageable. So what do you think? What was your experience, Heather?
Wow. Yeah. So it really makes you think. It made me think a lot about, tell myself I'm a bad mom sometimes, which I know I'm not the only one that does that. You know, we have that mom guilt that settles in and, you know, where I feel like I devote too much time to my work, or if I'm having to clean the house, or if I'm having to do chores instead of play with him, you know, I often, you know, address myself negatively. And we also have that challenge because our inner critic is telling us that we're not as good as somebody else, or we don't have the expertise or the experience. Nobody's going to listen to us. And so those are the things that my inner critic often tells me. And going through this exercise, you know, at first I was kind of like, okay, I don't really know how to do this. This is a little different. It's a little odd. I don't normally do like inner self work like this, right? But it's deep and it's necessary. And it just made me realize, like what you were saying, is this inner critic is ourself. This is like ourself telling us these lies about us. And we just have to learn how to overcome that and talk to it. And so like, I feel like my inner critic is calm, but snappy, you know, like, you're not good enough. Like, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think that that exercise helps me. The whole goal of that, right, is to visualize what that inner critic looks like so that you can talk back to it and have that conversation like you were saying. So I can tell that inner critic, and I haven't given it a name. Let's just go with Jane. Just pulling that off the top of my head. I don't know really very many Janes, but you know, pretending like that's a fiction, like a true character in front of me, right? Not some fictional character or fictional being. And just having that conversation, like, no, I am good enough. Like, I have 15 years of sales and marketing experience in multiple industries. I have worked with, you know, hundreds of businesses and helped them do XYZ. Like, you know, just talking back to it, kind of like I would if somebody else were to question that, right? Or if somebody else were to walk up to me and say, you're a bad mom because you didn't do this. Well, no, I'm a great mom because I do this, this, and this. So, I mean, like, it's weird if you think about doing that exercise, but I feel like once you walk through it, it kind of gives you a better perspective of how you can turn that conversation around and build more confidence in yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think
Powerful stuff there.
I love that was your experience with it. Thank you for that feedback. Visualizations in general are really, really powerful way to build, right? To gain confidence, to they can be used for so many things, but visualizations, they can be really hard for people too. So if you're just sitting down and you're not used to doing them, and if you're not used to doing any kind of inner work, and I'm like, let's do something weird. I want you to talk to some imaginary thing I'm just going to have you make up. It's going to feel weird. That's okay. Nobody knows what's going on inside your head, first of all, except for you. And what's it going to hurt? Try it.
Right. Do something different is what I've always been told. And I try to remind myself, like, so if something's not working, do something different.
Yeah.
And this isn't something that I normally do. So, why not try it and see? Like you said, it can't hurt anything. And imagine the transformation that you could get if you really dive deep and like really work that exercise, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't share what's happened in sessions with personal clients, but some of the things that have come, like I've worked with some women whose visualization skills were impressive, and they just took it and ran with it. And to this day, they still use it. And I'm like, it's amazing. If it's a tool that works for you, not all tools are going to work for all people. I will say this, not everything is one size fits all. And I have had this not work with certain people. They just couldn't get into the visualization, and that's okay too. But if it's a tool that you find you can make use of, super powerful.
And I just kind of want to point out from my perspective, if there's certain questions that you don't like relate to, or you just can't get into it, that's fine. Use the pieces that you can connect with and that you can create a vision for. It's not an all or nothing kind of thing, is it?
No, absolutely not. All of those questions are just to prompt you to dig a little deeper and think of things you wouldn't normally think of. And it's different hearing somebody else ask the questions. So you just trying to pull a picture to your mind, you probably draw a blank, or maybe get some kind of little vision, but having the prompts to ask you things that you might not call to mind on your own can just spark a little bit of what might not have already been there. But yeah, certainly if there are pieces that don't come to mind, don't force it. Don't make it have to be that thing. Just whatever comes to mind, let it be that.
Well, you've got me so excited about some more work that hopefully that we can dive into in the future about, changing the way that we think about ourselves and those negative thoughts, and just, you mentioned, building our self-esteem, building that self-confidence. What are some other ways that you help your clients with that inner work?
Yeah. So I like affirmations.
Oh, I love affirmations. I'm actually working on some affirmation cards as a freebie for the community. So I'm so excited.
I love that. Then this is perfect. Yeah. So here's what I like about affirmations. I like when the client builds them themselves. I say, start, if you need a spark of inspiration, go to Pinterest or go to Google, or, I'm not promoting any one specific platform, but go somewhere and do little research and find ones that resonate with you, but make them your own. Change the wording, change the format, play with things, use it. If it feels great, keep it. If it doesn't, toss it out. That doesn't mean affirmations don't work. That means that's not the one that was for you. The other thing that I do with affirmations with clients is find the, what's the word I'm looking for? It just escaped me. Evidence. So instead of just saying, I am beautiful, I am kind, I am worthy, I am smart. Those are incredible things. You are all those things. Yeah. All of the women watching this are all of those things, but your mind might be going, but I don't really believe that. Okay. So find the evidence for that thing and include that in your affirmation.
Like make it more specific, maybe?
Yeah. So I am smart because, how do you know that you're smart? Give yourself evidence so that when you're in that pit and you're feeling really crummy about yourself and you're like, no, I don't believe any of those good things that I've said about myself before that other people are saying about me. The evidence is there and you can't deny that. Those are the facts. So you already have it written out. Or another format that's really good is such and such went well today because I am whatever the thing is, fill in the blank. So evidence-based ones, I think, can be really powerful for people who have tried them before and didn't find that they worked very well for them. That's the next thing I say. If you still want to give it a shot, try those.
Okay. Awesome. I really love that. I think that's just really powerful to be able to take that work, do the work, and see that transformation. I think that's really important that people hear is like, you can't just expect somebody. Yes, it's very helpful to hear that you are those things.
Yeah.
But what means the most is when you're able to confidently tell yourself that you are those things and you believe it from the bottom of your heart. So powerful. And that's literally what I feel like can really move your business, and yourself as being a mom. Just makes it so much better when you can be confident in yourself. And I don't really know how to put all that into words. You're probably a lot better with that than I am, but like just having that self-confidence in who you are, where you're at in the moment, where you want to go, where you want to be, and like what your strengths are, knowing that is just really important and so powerful, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you put it beautifully, first of all. So there's the external piece of confidence building, and it's very important. I call that community. I don't think that there is any leeway there. You've got to have a really strong, solid community, because you are going to have those, even people who come across as the most confident and they really are confident and self-assured have rough days.
Yeah.
And no matter how good you are at digging deep and finding it in yourself and lifting yourself up and going, you know what? No, that sucked, but I'm still a rock star and I'm going to keep going.
Right.
We all still have those days where it's like, oh, everything is just, I just want to hide. Everything is miserable. We need that external, but the external isn't going to be your main piece. You have to be able to find it inside.
I love that. Okay. So, we're going to kind of wrap up here, and I want those who are watching and those who are interested in reaching out to you, where can they find more information about how you help your clients? What do you do? I want you to tell us your social and how they can connect with you to learn more.
Okay. Yeah. So I have a website, heatherjonescoaching.com. And if you don't memorize everything I share with you, go there, because all of my socials are on there. But Facebook is just Heather Jones Coaching as well. And then Instagram, they gave me underscores. So it's Heather _Jones _coaching.
I really want to just thank you for doing this with me. I've had a ton of fun.
Yeah, me too. It's my pleasure. Thank you you kicked it off. So thank you for inviting me to be able to show up for your community. And absolutely, if anybody has any questions about how to do this, or, I just need a little bit more, put in the comments and we'll respond. But thank you, Heather, for the invite. Appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely. And for those who are watching, just stay tuned for more. I'm sure that Heather and I are going to work up some more magic for you all and bring y'all some more exercises in the future. So just stay tuned.